13013, right? Meow. Which is 103. Which is probably a radio station somewhere in your vicinity where you live. In your vicinity. I fucking lost it, yo. I got caught up sending my daughter a... So, fuck it. I'm looking outside, and there's cloud cover, right? The sky's covered. There's a cool breeze happening. But from what I can tell, in here, it's cloud cover. And then what popped in my head was, what is 3i Atlas picking up on its way here? Maybe they'll give me more information about that. Well, one thing that comes to mind is that would mean that it is a ship. It's not just a rock. Interesting. I don't know what it is. I see it in the in the titles when I'm scrolling on the TV. Sorry, daughter. I can't talk to you right now. What is 3i Atlas picking up along its way? I don't know. That just came out. We'll see. I have no idea what it means. I have no idea anything about 3i Atlas, but it seems to be from, when you're scrolling, it'll start talking a little bit on the TV. When I'm watching it on the TV, here comes the wind. I heard somebody saying, something about it moving with intention or purpose or something like that. Like it's just not random. But they also... So, we'll see. But, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's not as big as, Nibiru, right? Isn't that supposed to be a round planet? I guess it depends on which angle you looked at it. So if you looked at it from the top or the bottom, I don't know. Now they're showing me an image of things that from a long time ago of how Earth is with or something with a dome over it, and that it's round but it's flat. Depends on the angle you look at it. What's coming through right now is, how in the movies, how they have all this special effects? What do you think? What do you think? It's still on the TV, right? You can call it the news, but it still has special effects. Wake up. They're all paid actors. For an agenda. Hello? Is there anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me, right? Is the only one that has come home now to themselves? Frequencies. Tones. I'm being shown a bunch of different stuff I'd like. Oh, stuff I was shown before, but it's coming back around. So whatever you were shown before, maybe you're having deja vu, whatever you were shown before is coming back around. Because before they planted the seed, when I say they, I mean the higher God, the higher realms, right? We don't speak in lower unless we say it is. Other than that, it's always going to be, well, then. Then they planted these seeds. See, before you, it's like getting a download, like being shown everything that's going to happen, right? And then it's gone. It's there, they told you, but you're only living in the moment from the space of what you need to do to get through to each level, to get to all of that they showed you. And it's like, but it's back here. It's back there. So they say in the head, it's back there in your mind. It's there. It's I've heard written in your soul. It's there. But when it's time for you to implement it, it comes back to the surface. They bring it back to your awareness. And I just heard awareness is key. So it's, fuck all them naysayers. No, I'm not even going to say that because you guys aren't on that level anymore. You know? But remember the time, all the naysayers and everything, when they're like, meh, 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 meh. Well, I haven't. And before you elevated to where you're at, you know, it's like, God, for a moment, not for long, but for a split moment, it's like, yeah, I have said a lot of things, but man, I haven't done any of them. On whose timeline? Just because you're interested in something doesn't mean you had to do it right then. Maybe people have said that to you. They have to me. It's like having stuff 10 years before I actually need it. Why did I hold on to that? Why did I even buy that? Why was that given to me? I didn't even know I had that. Till it's time. See, your soul, and I heard your soul said, I got your back. Your soul, your higher self, where God resides, right? The God part of you. It's got your back. That's why you've done things without realizing until this moment. Utilizing everything you've been taught, everything you're interested in, everything that sparks a fire in you. That passion. And if you were to use the elements, it's like a cool breeze. Feels good. You like it. You know that like today, it's warm out. That nice cool breeze comes through. It's like, it's refreshing. Right? So the wind. The passion is the fire. The water is the emotions, how it makes you feel. That singing, your heart smiling. And then the earth. Grounded, it's who you are. It's part of how we live and survive. But it's that ground floor, it's that putting into action. You know, they're showing me, we think of things as duality, right? Light, dark, this and that. But in balance as well. Balance your dark and your light, your feminine and your masculine. Well, then that's 4 different things. So it's not 2, it's coming into full balance, and they're showing me like the 4 corners, like the elements. It's like using everything. Is there more than 4 elements? I'm saying elements. But I mean earth, water, air, and fire is what I'm talking about. 4. And they were showing me balancing those 4 things. Of the earth and the wind and all that. And then the masculine, the feminine, the light and the dark. They're saying, 4. There's something about that. 4. I love how they showed it to me. I wish I'm not going to say I wish I could paint. I haven't even tried yet. But maybe, no, we're not going to try. We're just going to do it and see what comes up on the frickin' canvas. Or maybe I can sketch. Or when it's time, I'll be able to speak, but I'll also be able to paint that picture in your heads. I shouldn't have said it like that. Yeah, paint a picture. We get our own visual. Oh, I don't know if I could ever... That's a good book, right? Where they use their words and you paint a picture and you paint a picture in your head and you can see it. You create it. You live in that moment, but you're not in it, right? That's the world we live in. From our head space. The body doesn't know the difference than what the mind, what the head tells it. The body doesn't know the difference. Visualization. That's why dream big dreams. Get it on paper. Build it. And just because the first impression that came to you, well, that's when you build it and you start to create it, that's when you realize, okay, this would work better. No failures. Steps. There's no failure, because how could it be a failure you didn't know? You don't know. When it's in your head, it's one way, but when you put it into practicality, when you put it into practice, it's different. They want you to think that, they want you to use the words failure because it's like it negates. Words are powerful. They're spells, and we all have fallen in the trap of that. But once we become aware, that's when we begin to make those subtle and certain changes to take control of our own lives, so to speak. Be the co-creator, so to speak. You fulfilled one part of your contract, right? This is what they're giving me. I fulfilled one part. Now I get to do the next part. Yes. Woo. Hello. And I don't even mind saying I never had a choice, because you know what? I don't fucking care. Because I always was going to get through it. Because we were planted here. We were planted here on purpose. Our pain was our promise. Our pain was our promise. It's just a human, short time, no big deal. So fucking what? Yeah, alright, I'll go down and I'll do all that. Okay. With all these godly powers, we'll call them, and all this. But don't use it. You don't even get to know who you are. You got to just be a slave. And everything that, you don't own you. The world owns you, and they can do whatever they want, or say the devil doesn't, and the devil can do whatever they want until the time is done. And you put in your time. That's the beauty of what's coming next. Are you excited for it? Because now you are that. What they've shown you. Yeah, blows your mind? It should. It should. Because what? But it's different. God, you're so powerful. They love that word. You're so powerful. But you'd never know it. Nobody would ever know it. That's why you have so much. Look at Jesus. The power Jesus had. You would never really know it had he not done healings and all that. But he said we could do the same things and even greater things. Remember this. I believe what Jesus said. God. So, the rest is on you, man. I know my place and my part. And all we want you to do is remember who you are. Come home to yourself. We can't tell you too much. We speak in riddle. We speak in parable because the soul knows. And it'll activate at that time. At that moment. You coming to my videos is no mistake, my friends. Trust. Because we do it different. We're here to empower you, to help you remember who you are by being an example, by having to have lived those things and then come through them. And it's still a work in progress. And we record it along the way. You know, now you're leading by example. Being a walking testament, a billboard. When they see you, they should see him. They should go, oh, how did you learn to be? Well, can I tell you about Jesus, this man? God, man, we're the same. I mean, Jesus said it. So take it up with Jesus and God. What's in us, or what's in him is in us. We're all God's children. We've talked about this before. Your whole life was not meant. It's for something. There's a reason. Find your reason. It's a coming to you because it's part of your soul purpose. Your let's put the word contract to it. Let's something you and God sat down with and said, all right. He's like, I got a special mission for you. I'm like, let's have it. Let's hear it. You and you and you and you and you and this one and this one and this one. I need you to go down to that planet there, see, be born, and all these things, and you're each going to live this, blah, 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 and you're shown that. Deja vu. You're shown that. And then it's wiped, but it's still there. You got to come home to it. It's locked in, the soul. The darkness is on the outside, the light's on the inside. Come home to yourself. When you come home to yourself, you release that light. It's where you find your light. And then your soul ignites, and then it's from there. Ciao.